Hi, welcome to my channel. This is Angela, Serendipity Art. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm here because there is a collaboration that is called Baby Half Scraps. That it is, it's a hub with a multiple of talented crafters. Like I say, it's been a little difficult for me to do videos, process video, because I am in the way of rearranging and there is some construction in my house. And for me to sit down and do a process video, the area is very limited. This area that I am is very limited and it's very hard. But I did a couple of layouts for Baby Got Scrap, using some of the scrap and some, and also I think Kristen from Scrapping on the Fly has something new or something old, so I am trying to use hers too, the old stash, new stash, something like that. And I wanted to show something that I did. So all these are scraps. The only thing I use is this oh my god, cardstock, that it is a Swiss dotted in a green, and this was a Christmas, and this was in 2009. I love that picture of her. It was a Christmas day, and I put Peace Girl because a lot of people who saw this picture told me she looks like Cher when Cher was younger. So at that time, this and this was caught with my Cricut, and I had it in my stash, and this, and I decided to use it. I'm not sure if I cut, I think this, I have the title, this strip of Shane, and the flourish, it was from, that I cut with my Cricut. I have an old-fashioned Cricut that use cartridges, and I am going to try to use it more because I am not going to buy a new or Cricut, new Explorer, or another one, because I am not that computer savvy, and I decide not to. I have some of these papers, and I think some of these paper are SEI, and I use pieces of different colors. This was from one of the paper, and I caught the banners, and I use a lot of bling. And another thing that I did, because I'm seeing a lot of people, I have a sewing machine, but here you can see that I stitched some of the swirls, and then I put this here. This is like a bundle of a tulle that I put there with ribbon and some glittery leaves. So then I have Happy Day Because of You, December of 2009, and her name is Valerie, but we call her Val, and she was 19 years old in that picture. So that was one of the first that I make with my scraps. The second one that I made, I usually made, and this was, let me see if I have the year. Oh, this was the same year, 2009. Again, most of these were scrap from, I have in a bin, and some of these titles I got caught, and this with my Cricut, and this, and I had it in a box. So my daughter always liked to make gingerbread cookies, so I got different pictures of her doing, I have this piece of paper. I don't know what the company is. I use the only thing that I use that was for my stash is the background. And I use these pieces of scrap. If I'm not wrong, this is from SEI or another company. I use one of my EK Success punches. I use ribbon. I use the Create that I had. I use glossy accent. Here I put the recipe, and this is a card, and I put how do we make the recipe. I cut this in vellum, and I put a little piece of the paper so it looks like there is something, an apron, and then here is her with the KitchenAid making her cookies. Here is the cookies she made, and of course her eating. And if you notice, I stitch again. I stitch some arrows to direct your attention to the photos. So I think that was something I didn't know how to cluster things here, because I wanted to make it as simple as possible with things that I have in my stash already. So I have a stencil and I trace it, and again there is the second one that I did of her. Okay, then another one of hers with a bunch of stuff. She's a hiker girl. She likes to hike. She's an outdoor. And she was at Savino Canyon here. And I have this that I cut with the AccuCut. This is corduroy. So I have this piece of paper, and here this pocket, I cut this, I have this tag, and I stamped. I used this piece of paper with the sun, and I put a brad in there. I used this, I think it's Doodlebug, little tiny stickers that I put the hike, and this one at Savino. And then this is a tree that I have there. And this I wanted to resemble like clouds, so I staggered them. Some are corduroys and some are felt. And this I cut it with a big die that I have. This chevron, I have a piece, I cut it. This is a tag that you can put in here. I'm going to do some journaling. And I have this piece of, I embossed, and this was a piece of coordination paper, and I sanded with this sanding thing. I just went like this, and if you see, if I go more, what I emboss, it will, because it has a white core. So those are, so far, I did that one, the hike. Oh, I have one more that I did using recycled things. And this is using, let me see if I have it here. Probably not. Probably not. Or maybe. Yeah, maybe. You know these pieces that comes in your card? If you pull this layer here, you get a corrugated underneath. Well, I took one of these and I pulled some of the edges. Then I distress it with my inks. I cut a circle of a piece of paper. I stamped, And this is a photo of my husband when we went to Cabo San Lucas. I had this in my stash. It's a chipboard. It was humongous. And I used crackling paint. If you see, the paint is crackled. You see? I'm going to put it there. And then I took a little bit of the brown ink and I kind of like put it. This was the crackle paint. And I basically use this piece of paper that has a hole here in the middle, but I was able to cover because this is a 5x7. I actually didn't stitch here, but I stamped with a stitch stamp. I used some acrylics and I stamp with this. I think this is a Prima stamp that I have, and I stamp here. I use some paint and put around it. I used some of this. This sticker is from Making Memories, and I fussy cut, used some of the old Prima. This is another chipboard, and I added glitter. And these are old Prima flowers. And if you notice, I was in the stitch. I stitch around it. And if you see, here's the stitch. It's a little bulky, but I thought I wanted to give him that rustic look. And I love this picture on my husband because he was sitting there. It was taken him without me telling him. And it was so carefree that I thought it was a beautiful picture. So those are the 4 layouts I have to do for Baby Half Scrap and Use Your Old and New Stash. And I am trying to use all these old stashes. I've been able to do 4 of them. I will post an Instagram. And thank you for watching, and don't forget to check all the participants that are in this retreat or this hop. Thank you and have a wonderful day.